No, so I'm at Evo, and I realized I was like, I fucked up because I packed for So basically, this is what I did for the past week because I wasn't streaming. I flew to San Diego Wednesday night for Aatrox's wedding, and then I went to Aatrox's wedding, which was all day Thursday, obviously, and then Friday morning I flew to Evo, and I was at Evo, so that was Vegas, and then Evo, I was there till Monday, and then I flew out of Vegas on Monday, and this shit I do not recommend, and then I flew to Los Angeles to film a thing for Golden Guardians. This was the most travel I've ever done in my life, like with, you know, that many fucking days in a row. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think that like it was definitely one of the sickest weddings I've been at. The whole yard crew was there. Ludwig was there. Stans was there. Obviously, Stans was the best man. I was kind of talking shit with Bennis W all the time. And most importantly, the Blur was there. Paragon LA. So Blur was there. And is Blur still in the chat? I forget what, is he Oxy underscore? Okay, Blur might be gone. Okay, that's good. I don't want Blur in here for this. So apparently, the previous day, they were hanging around LA or whatever, and they go to some ice cream place, and Blur asks for a cookies and cream topping. Oh, it's the Crimson. I thought you were Oxy underscore Crimson. Oh, that's your fucking... Hey, Blur, stop me if I'm telling the story wrong, by the way. So Blur asked for a cookies and cream topping, right? It wasn't an ice cream flavor, it was a topping. And he gets his ice cream, and, you know, Blur, he's used to the people in his life coming correct. Blur wants things the way he wants them. If Blur asks for a cookies and cream topping, he doesn't want to get something that doesn't feel like a cookies and cream topping to him. And Blur gets this thing that's really more like an Oreo crumble. It's like an Oreo crumble. And Blur's disgusted. Because Blur thinks, not knowing the inner workings of Blur's mind, Blur, I think, thought he was getting some kind of cookie dough thing with like a cream something. Cream, maybe a cream ribbon. You know, Ben Jerry's, they got the ribbon. I don't know what he was expecting, but he thought he was getting some kind of cookie dough, chocolate chip cookie kind of experience, and he got this Oreo crumble. And he said, this isn't cookies and cream. This is an Oreo crumble. And Ben SW and Brian Tran, to my knowledge, are like, this is what cookies and cream is. Cookies and cream is Oreos. Like anytime you go to an ice cream place and they list cookies and cream, it's going to be like an Oreo flavor thing. If you go to Jack in the Box and you get the cookies and cream, actually I think Jack in the Box, they just call it the Oreo shake. But if you ever get a cookies and cream milkshake, it's going to be an Oreo milkshake. And Blur's like, no, that's Oreo. That you call that Oreo. Like it's an Oreo crumble or an Oreo milkshake. If you say generic cookie, you know, you're expecting like a chocolate chip cookie. You don't want an Oreo. Like, come on. And Blur's pissed. Blur's fucking fuming at the mouth. And from what I heard, Blur goes up to, because he's disgusted, and he goes up to some random person on the street with all of the confidence that the Crimson Blur has when he asks people in boba shops if they've ever heard of him or whatever. Blur, with all of the confidence of, you know, somebody who just is ready to hear the thing that reaffirms his own beliefs, he asks some random person on the street, excuse me, what kind of cookies do they use in cookies and cream? And without missing a beat, the person on the street goes, Oreos. And Blur's like in shambles. Listen, I get it, but this is the first result for cookies and cream. And I mean, probably these even just literally are Oreos. Here's a cookies and cream ice cream thing. These aren't Oreos, but they look like them. You know, probably didn't want to go through the hassle of getting the license. I think this is a well-known thing. I would have expected to get like a prize or something. I would have thought it was like a YouTube thing. You know, where YouTube people, they'll go up to someone and ask them some simple ass question, and it's like some content thing, and they're like, hey, you know, what kind of cookies and blah blah blah. You know, like Billy on the Street or something. I would have thought I was getting Billy on the Streeted if I was that guy. I would expect like to get $5 or something. I do gotta say, there was a time in my life when I thought cookies and cream. I thought cookie dough and cookies and cream. This happened to me when I was like 9 years old. When I was a kid and I lived in Singapore, not the United States of America, I remember I didn't know the difference between cookie dough and cookies and cream. And I ordered cookies and cream ice cream expecting to get a cookie dough thing. And I was sorely disappointed because I much prefer chocolate chip cookies to like Oreos. So I get it. I've been there, Blur. I've literally been there. I understand the struggle, but you are nearly 30 years old, right? You're a grown man with a wealth of life experience. I don't know. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. I don't know. I mean, you grew up in America, right, Blur? You grew up in America. I didn't grow up in America. I lived in Singapore until I was 9. Wait, is Blur 30 or wait, how old's Blur? First 4 years in a red. Okay. Were you eating a lot of ice cream for those first 4 years? They don't have cookies and cream in her ad. Hey, Blur, I didn't know what cookies and cream was when I was 4 years old either. But like, for those of you, like, you know, I tell a lot of Blur stories on stream. For those of you who think Blur is only like this on the internet, no, he's like this. He's Blur's sometimes Blur's very confident about things that he's not 100% on. Sometimes this happens. This is a thing. This is not some content bit. This is a thing. Which I think is very endearing. And you know, I honestly wouldn't want it any other way. I don't think the Blur would be the Blur if that's not how it was. You know what I'm saying? It just wouldn't be. Just like how I'd be a little bit sad if I woke up one morning and there were no more rankings. You know, even if the rankings are a little bit, you know, they're a little bit divisive, a little bit provocative. I'd be sad if I woke up and there were no more Blur opinions on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I would be sad. I would miss them. I would miss them dearly. It would be a big loss, I think, for the community. We got on this topic a little bit yesterday. We're talking about my favorite moment for the weekend. Dude, for people who missed it yesterday, my favorite salty tweet from the tournament. And you know what? I'm just going to say it, bro. I'm going to fucking say it. Huge respect to Latif for not deleting the tweet. Huge respect. Where is it?
Better player you are. It doesn't matter. I don't care what it. No matter you are. No matter how much of a better player you are, it doesn't matter, unfortunately. I don't care what anyone says or thinks. No one comes even close.
Holy shit, this is so good.
Match in RPS, and good luck to everyone in top 8. Peace. No matter how
Holy
much
f***, dude, this works way too well. That works way too well. It's more funny than bad. Yeah, I'm not even that upset about it. This is, yo, dude, honestly, like, honestly, props to Latif for not deleting the tweet. Like, people definitely roasted the fuck out. Like, people roasted the shit out of him. But it definitely just kind of became a moment in time. You know what I mean? Like, there's the kind of salt that's like, oh, come on, dude. Like, that's lame or whatever. And then there's the kind of salt that you just look back on it. It kind of just turns into a meme. Like, Latif himself is memeing on it the next day. You know, it just kind of turns into this moment in time. And I felt like this was more of that. Like, dude, this whole the shitty fighting game ideas, shitty FG ideas. A fighting game, but no matter how much of a better player you are, it doesn't matter, unfortunately. Like, dude, everyone was blowing up Latif for this shit. And like I said yesterday, you know, the sad thing for me is like, bro, I get it. Like, I kind of do think that Latif is that dude. Like, I kind of still think like Latif is fucking amazing. Like, even though he didn't top 8 the tournament, you know, and he did lose the Zato mirror to both Leffen and Pep, who are both fucking ridiculous at this game. I don't know. I still feel like in a very, very, very slightly different timeline, like not even that many things would have had to change, and Latif easily could have won this tournament. So I didn't think. I think he had to find a way to word it a little bit less. You know, a little bit like this is too much PJ Salt on it. You know, if you will, there was a way to word this that wouldn't even have been that out of line. Like, Latif is for sure like really fucking good. Pure Salt is amazing. That's true. It is crazy, bro. Latif has been the fuck around. Like, Latif, like, you know, he won, right? Like, Evo, was it 2012? Might have been 2011. Yeah, he got, fucking, well, back when he was with Broken Tier, that's right. Got second, beat Daigo, lost to Fudo. Yeah, you know, he got fucking second in Street Fighter 4. Like this motherfucker beat Daigo in SF4 in fucking 2011. You know what I'm saying? In when I got into fighting games, you know, when I was like 2007, 2008, he was considered like a world class. He was like, I don't think people would have put him above Ogawa, but you know, people were like, no, Latif is like one of the fucking Eddies. Back then it was Eddie, not Zato. You know what I'm saying? He's like, bro, he's been around. He was a god tier fucking Eddie in Guilty Gear XX, not even Xrd. Like, he was super good. And then he basically disappeared. Like, if you don't know who Latif was, like, this is okay. So if I pull up like a Latif versus anyway, Latif versus Fudo is fine. Yeah, let's do Latif versus Fudo. And if you look at him in the camera, he was a skinny dude. Like, this was Latif back then, right? Like, this dude, you know, arms Like Fudo's got more meat on him than Latif. Have you seen what he looks like now? Have you seen? He literally said, "All right, f the FGC, I'm out. I'm getting jacked." Have you seen? You guys see what he looks like now? He literally said, "Yo, I'm out. I don't play fighting games anymore." Like this is him, and this is Latif now, and Daisuke Ishiwatari, who's the creator of Guilty Gear. Like, dude, this boy got big. Like he literally spent all of SF5 just getting fucking jacked, dude. So he's just like Giga Chad mode now. Like he literally just disappeared, and then he like basically showed up, and he was like, "Hey, I'm you know what? I'm coming back to the FGC. I'm gonna play Strive, and now I'm jacked." And he's like fucking really good. It's crazy. I don't know. I've never seen like. I mean, granted, he had a lot of years to do it, but it's a crazy It's a crazy transformation. He's a super Chad. So like, I don't know. I have a really hard time hating on this dude. Like, he's got the grind set. He's actually a really nice guy from my interactions with him. Yeah. Okay. So what if he fucking salty tweets? He's been in the FGC for 15 years. You know, he's kind of seen it all. Like, you know, fuck it kind of thing. I think he'll be back. Like, I still think he was the 1 seed for the tournament. Him or Dark Necro. But yeah, he's fucking good.